Good morning, everybody. Well, I'm sitting here like a lot of you being glued to CNN and Fox News and all the news channels. As you know, suspect number 1 has been killed. Suspect number 2 is still on the loose. Now I'm hearing that suspect number 2 ran over his brother with a car to get away. But I believe his brother might have already been dead. But that's neither here nor there. Anything that I could say, you've already heard on the news, so I won't bother with that. But what I will say is there's a thing going around on Facebook with Dzhokhar, however you pronounce his name. And it's got his picture, and it's saying, that he changed his Facebook profile. So, out of morbid curiosity, I punched in his name under the search for people, places, and things, and 4 Facebooks came up for him. 4. Now, none of them had the picture that's been going around on Facebook. It didn't have that picture. It had another picture of his, and each one was the same. So, I went on there to see what was going on, and on one particular one, he made reference to, this will be the last post I make before they get me, And so, but I'm like, with this, there's something about these Facebook pages that just don't ring true. And so, I went and I looked in his pictures, and it's just got the same pictures that's circulating on Facebook. 4 pictures that's circulating on the news and on Facebook. It's got... on all of them, he only had, on the ones that I looked at, that's why I'm saying these Facebook pages are fake. Because on each one of these, he had like 8 friends. Just 8 friends was all he had. And each profile thing had the same amount of pictures and had the same pictures. But the 8 friends that he had on each one of them were different. One of the fake Facebook pages even said that he had joined Facebook on September 11th, 2009. The picture that's going around on Facebook has him sitting in front of a stove with a pressure cooker behind him. That's what made me think, somebody is making this stuff up. In one of the Facebook things, it just went back to this year, I think. You know how you scroll down and look further back? On another one, that wouldn't be so if he joined in 2009. So I'm like, well, all these are fake. What kind of a person would do that? What kind of a person would set these up? I guess just to make people like me look. So anyway, so a little while later, I decided to go back and look again and see if anybody had set up any more fake pages. And actually, there was only one that was still up. The rest of them are gone. Woo! There is only one that's up there now. Let me see what's up here now. Let me check it out while I'm on here. Now it only has one, but it's not the same as the one that was up there a little while ago. It's got his name, but it doesn't even have a profile picture, and it doesn't have any friends or anything. It just says to see what he shares with friends, send him a friend request. No. But that's all this one is showing now. So even the last one that I looked up about 20 minutes ago is even gone. So, and then you got some people just believe in anything, and they're like, well, if he's on Facebook, why can't they track him? Come on now. You got to know these things are fake. They're set up. So, but it was kind of interesting just to see what people would try to set up on the internet. But, like I said, I'm glued to the news to see what's going on in Watertown, and it's just a mess. For those of you who didn't know, I think that this is the week of Waco, the Virginia Tech massacre, um, the Oklahoma City bombing, and there was another one. I just can't remember right offhand what it was, and somebody had referred to it as the Devil's Week. Let me look up here and see, because I found this on Shannon Smith's Facebook, and I'll tell you what happened during this week in the past years. Events that have happened this week in history, Shannon says. Oklahoma City bombing, Columbine, Virginia Tech massacre, the Waco siege, BP oil spill, and now the Marathon bombing and the Texas explosion. So it's, and then one guy referred to it as Devil's Week. And that's kind of true. And it, it makes you wonder. It just seems like something comes along to outdo what had happened before. And it's weird. It's bizarre. And it's going to make people stop and think on the anniversaries of these next year, is there anything else that might happen? So, and I remember all of these. Some of you might not remember these. It depends on how old you are. But I particularly remember, I remember all of them, but I particularly remember the Waco siege because I think I was living in Virginia at the time, and the kids would go to school. I'd take the kids to school, and I'd go home, and I would watch that on the news, and they had the compound set up, and I just watched it every day, and it went on day after day after day. And I don't remember the guy's name that was the head of it, but anyway, I remember the day it caught fire and it was burning. And it was scary. But anyway, the devil is loose in the world. Some people say, it's just bad luck, blah, blah, blah. No, if you believe in God, and I've said this before, if you believe in God and the Heavenly Father and everything, you have to believe in the devil. Except the only thing is, the devil walks the earth. The devil has no heaven. The devil walks the earth. There were some people on here while I was watching, people that went to school with this guy that they're hunting, and they said that they would never believe that he would do anything like that. And some people, one person even called him, said he had a kind heart. He was an extremely kind-hearted person. You can't have a kind heart if you're going to do this. Then they turn around and say, well, maybe his brother influenced him. I don't care who you are. I don't, if related to me, brother, sister, daughter, son, parent, you're not going to convince me to bomb somebody. You're not going to convince me of that, because I'm going to think to myself, you're sick. There's something wrong with you. You are sick. So a lot of people are trying to say that he was influenced by his brother. Please. If you can be that easily influenced, you still don't need to be on the streets. And say goodbye to Mr. Furley. Mr. Furley, say bye. You're my baby. Anyway, until next time, bye-bye.